Hey there, it's Mrs. Rubery, and today we're going to look at two-step equation word problems. So basically, we're going to translate the equation, the word problem, into an equation and solve it. And you're going to see how it makes it so much easier to solve problems. So here's our first one. The product of a number and 9 increased by 4 is 58. Find that number. So we have to kind of look at some keywords. So product means multiply. So I'm multiplying the number, which is our unknown, and 9. So that would be, we want to put our coefficient first, 9n. It says that it's increased, that's adding. So increased by 4. And the word is means equal for an equation. So that's equal to 58. So all I did was translated those words and made an equation. So I can go ahead and solve it. So I had to isolate my variable by using inverse operations. I need to get rid of my constant first. So I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides, which gives me 9n equals 54. And now I'm going to divide both sides by 9, which is going to give me 6. So what is my number? My number is 6. And then I can go back to check if that works. So if I multiply 6 times 9, I get 54. And increase, add 4 more, 54 plus 4 is 58, so it checks out for me. Let's get another one. Mrs. Rubery is thinking of a number. It is 3 less than. Okay, less means subtract. Than is a turnaround word, so I know somehow it's going to be minus 3 instead of 3 being in the beginning. 1/8 of a number. So if I'm taking an eighth of a number, I'm dividing it by 8. Is negative 11. So equals negative 11. So I can go ahead and solve this now. Again, I want to get rid of my constant first. So inverse, I'm going to add 3 to both sides, which gives me n over 8 is equal to negative 8. Now I can go on to my next step, and I need to multiply both sides by 8. Those cancel, and n would be equal to a negative 64. And now we can check. Okay, 3 less than 1/8. So if I do negative 64 divided by 8 and subtract 3, that's going to give me a negative 8 minus 3, which would be a negative 11. So that checks out. So the number is negative 64 for my answer. Makes it a lot easier to solve. All right, a new one. The quotient, okay, that means divides. I'm going to use a fraction bar of a number, that's my variable, and negative 7. So n over negative 7. The word decreased means subtract. Decreased by 2. Is means equals 10. Find the number. Okay, to solve this, I'm going to add 2 to both sides because I'm going to get rid of my constant first. That gives me n over negative 7 equals 12. I need to isolate that variable, its division, so I'm going to multiply both sides by a negative 7. Those cancel out. That gives me negative 84. And I can check to see if that's correct. Negative 84 divided by negative 7 minus 10. All right, negative 84 divided by 7. Let's do a little thing up here. That goes in once. That would be 12. Minus 10 would give me 2. I'm not looking for, oh, I know what I did wrong. Look at this. It was a minus 2 here. I made a mistake in my check. Okay, so let's change that. It's good I caught it. Minus 2. So 12 minus 2 would give us a 10. So I did do it correctly. So if you get a different answer when you do your check, which could happen, either your check is wrong or you did something wrong in your problem. So the number is negative 84. All right, let's look at a word problem a little bit more using application. Mr. Rubery and his 3 children together weigh 522 pounds. Notice I didn't use my weight. If Mr. Rubery weighs 225 pounds, what is the average weight of one of the Rubery children? Okay, so if I'm adding them together, each child, and we're doing average, so that means they're all going to be the same. So let's call C will be a child's weight. Okay, and it says added together. So we have 3 children plus Mr. Rubery at 225 pounds gives us 522 pounds total. Okay, and again, we're just getting the average weight of my children, not the weight of each one. So that's why it's 3C. Inverse operations. I'm going to subtract 225 from both sides to get rid of that constant. That gives me 3C equals, let's see, it's going to be a 4. We get a 7, 9, 2. Divide both sides, let me change my color. Divide both sides by 3. We'll come up with our average weight. 297 divided by 3. Let's see, that goes in 9 times, would be 27. Another 9 times would be 27. So we got 99 pounds. And let's check if that works. Okay, so to check if it works, I'm going to do 3 times 99. I'm substituting in, plus 225 should give us 522. So 3 times 99 would be 297 plus 225. Let's add those together. 297 plus 225 gives me 12, carry the 1, 12, carry the 1, 522, so it checks out. So the average weight would be 99 pounds each. Let's look at one more. Mrs. Rubery used to do math tutoring before having children. She used to charge a $4 travel fee if she traveled to a person's house and $22 per hour of tutoring. If a client's total bill for tutoring was $59, how many hours did she tutor the child? So we're trying to figure out hours. So I'm going to put H equals hours. And it was $22 per hour, which means that I'm multiplying 22 times the number of hours. But I also charged a $4 travel fee. So I'm going to add an additional $4 and need to figure out how to make $59 with that. So $22 per hour and an additional $4 travel fee. Isolate the variable by using inverse operations. I'm going to get rid of my constant first by subtracting 4. So that's going to give me 22. H is equal to 55. Divide both sides by 22. And it looks like we're going to get a messy number here. Let's see. 55 divided by 22 gives us 2.5. And in hours, that would be 2.5 hours of tutoring. Let's check to make sure that's right. So to do it, we're just going to put that 2.5 back into the equation. So 22 times 2.5 plus 4 should equal 59. So 22 times 2.5 is 55, and 55 plus 54 is 59, so it checks out. All right, time for you to try some word problems on your own.